Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Attack on Titan. Last time on Attack on Titan, what was it called? Descent? I think it was called Descent. Where Bertolt entered the battle by being chucked in a barrel by the Beast Titan. He was about to transform, but he realized that if he did, it would actually kill Reina because of the explosion that he creates. So he held off for a little bit. He actually talked to Erwin, about why they're doing what they're doing. And basically, it was kind of interesting. It's sort of a war because war. Like, there's no... It's not that Bertolt hates the scouts or anything. It's just how it has to happen, you know? And Bertolt even thought to himself that he is okay with whatever the outcome of this battle is. If he loses, he loses. If he wins, he wins. He's just sort of made peace with it now, which is pretty interesting. And then, eventually, Reina did get to a safe position so that Bertolt could transform. It seemed that the explosion took out Hanji's squad. I'm gonna kind of doubt that, at the very least, that Hanji is dead. But right now, all that remains are 6 scouts that are still out there, which is Erwin, Mikasa, Jean, Connie, Sasha, and Eren, obviously still in his buffered Sea Titan form. So yeah, they are going to have to take on the Fat Man, and we'll just see how well that goes. So, yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that the reaction is down in the description and in the pinned comment for your viewing pleasure. So, let's just go ahead and get right into this episode of Attack on Titan. Here we go. Oh, is this going to be the end of Commander Erwin? I don't know. You know what? If he goes out like this, he died as he lived. A scout. An insane bastard. Oh, man. And not only that, we're getting a 1v1 Levi versus the Beastie Boy. He had trouble with Lean Jean, and he had Mikasa. He's gonna face the Beastie Boy alone. Oh, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be really, really rough. Alrighty. Well, let's talk about the notes. The first thing I wrote down is Jean and Erwin. So, I love Jean. Let's just say it. I love Jean. I feel like, Jean has gone from being the idiot that we all had to deal with to the idiot giving us orders, Like, I guess he hasn't fully changed, but back when he was, like, a joke, man, like, he was just, this is just the guy that always gives Eren shit and stuff like that, but even then, he always, I don't know, I always like Jean, and so I like Jean, like, okay, if Armin's not able to give orders, who there gives the orders? It's Jean. That's pretty clever. But I do also like the whole thing of, he will do judgment calls, but he can't think of a plan to win, which is interesting. It definitely shows the difference between Jean and Erwin, because, yeah, that's the thing. We've had for a few episodes now, Commander Erwin, but the base judgment calls are not Armin's thing. He comes up with these crazy ideas, Somewhere between Jean and Erwin is Sokka, is kind of what I'm saying, Like, they have the two halves, basically. Jean has the judgment call, and Erwin has the plans. But, also, and then you can also see that with Commander Erwin and Captain Levi. Like, they both sort of have both of that going on, They can come up with the plans and make the judgment calls, So I like that. Let's see. Well, we did try to fight the fat man, but that didn't work. He tried going for his leg. Sweep the leg. He tried to sweep the leg, but then Bertolt kicked him. So, that didn't work. And, yeah, when Eren's just sort of there, just on the wall, and it's like, oh, he's not getting up. And it's like, dude just got kicked into a wall. I think he needs a minute. Not that he has a minute. He doesn't have a minute, but the boy probably needs a minute after that. He's never been kicked into a wall before, So, yeah, that was rough. That was really rough. But, I mean, that's the thing, I never realized how big the Colossal Titan is compared to Buffered and the Armored Titan, Like, you kind of forget, like, okay, so I think Buffered is just, like, maybe a little bit taller, or he's around the same height as Lean Jean. But then they show he's also about the same height as Little Boy. But Little Boy is obviously much more built, and he has the armor and stuff, which is reflective of the difference between Eren and Rhina, Like, Eren and Annie are about the same build, basically. They're both they're a bit thinner, and they're both about the same height. So I'd probably put them at around the same body type. But Rhina, not only is Rhina just a little bit taller than them, he's also buff. Like they said basically, it's like man's built like an ox. Like, of all of them, he is built, So that's the thing. Bertolt, though, is so friggin' tall as the Colossal Titan, and he's maybe... I mean, he is the tallest of them in human form. He is the tallest of them, but still, the fact that he's that much taller is ridiculous, It's just crazy. So yeah, so he tried to go for the leg, didn't work, and instead he got kicked into a wall. They tried to use the Thunder Spears, but that didn't work out because, interestingly, again, I like kind of everyone has their own sort of thing, For Lean Jean, she would harden her skin at specific spots, which made her really deadly, and now Eren's picked that up. Rhina, while he can do that, he mainly sticks to his inherent armor, that's his thing. And, but I like the thing for Bertolt as the Colossal Titan is he can just release this crazy, hot air, basically. Like, that's really cool, that he just releases this crazy hot air, and just nothing, even the ODM gear doesn't work against it, So that all is really cool. And it even blew away the Thunder Spears, And I like the detail. It's not just that it was they're coming in, boom, oh no, they don't work. It's that Mikasa launches them at Bertolt, and then he, hits the air, and it tries, you can see it try until eventually it just, it runs out, basically, and is blown away. I like that detail, actually, that it still took a moment, like, that shows how strong those Thunder Spears are, that it still took a moment for that to happen, So, almost. And unfortunately, while everyone is counting on Armin to come up with a plan, he just can't think of one. And it really makes you stop and realize that every time Armin has come up with a plan, it's kind of been a spur of the moment thing, Like, and now everyone is like, dude, you need to make a plan. Go, go, go. Like, he can't do it on command, really. Plans just sort of come to him naturally, Which is an interesting thing about it, On the other side, literally on the other side of the wall, on the other side of the battle, we had the Beastie Boy chucking rocks. I can't believe that this guy chucking rocks is actually, like, a big deal. Like, that's a threat. Like, yeah, here comes just a barrage of rocks that he's chucking. Like, that's pretty crazy. But that's the thing, too. He kind of has this, like, weird hidden strength, because every time he does it, he gets, like, the most perfect throw, Like, this dude trains. Like, he's been playing some Titan baseball or something. like, his throws are so good that they just launch. So he breaks up these rocks, chucks them, and it just scatters and just destroys everything. So it's a weird thing, when they're all like, oh, so do they have cannons? There must have hundreds of cannons then. And Levi comes over, no, the bastard's throwing rocks at us. Like, oh, well that, I don't know. It's almost like demeaning to us. Like, the asshole's he's just chucking rocks and it's working. I think that's the biggest problem, is that it is actually working. Like, this is such a threat, but he's just chucking rocks, So, I like every time. It's interesting when he starts talking, because he's very, like, I don't know, he's kind of like a normal guy almost. When he sees them charging, he's like, oh, well, I didn't expect that, like he's just kind of talking like a guy. He's just like, oh, I didn't really expect them to charge at me like that. It's a little disappointing. They know that's not going to work, and it's like, oh, well, those are those smoke signal things they use. Yeah, it's like he's so nonchalant about it, like it's so crazy. So I do kind of like that when he starts talking. He's just kind of a dude, like that's just kind of funny. So, but yeah, let's see. So first off, we had the new fish who are really struggling. Which, I mean, let's face it. Think about the Battle of Tross. Think about, not just the Battle of Tross, but when we joined the Scouts. Yeah, it's like, here's a bunch of new fish and a bunch of new recruits. They're scared. Of course they are scared. These guys are definitely, like, they're thrown right into the thick of it. Like, this isn't just, oh, we're gonna go and do this thing, or we're gonna go and face the female Titan or something like that. It's like, no, we're specifically going after 3 major threats: the Colossal Titan, the Armored Titan, and the Beast Titan. So it's all pretty crazy. So yeah, like they're all like giving up hope, and so we have the whole thing of well, first off, I like even Erwin sort of doubting himself a bit, and even saying like you can see them, right? All of our comrades that have fallen, and I like it shows them all around. Immediately when it cuts to Levi and who's next to him, all you see just in the distance is the Levi squad. You see Petra and what the hell were their names? Petra, Eld, Gunther, the other one. There was another one, right? Or was it just 3 of them? Was it just 3 of them? Was it 3 of them? That doesn't sound right. No, there was a 4th one. There were 4 of them plus Eren and Levi. That was the original Levi squad. Oh, what the hell was the 4th one's name? You guys can tell me in the comments. It's been so long since we lost them, but I mean, even just seeing them, who again, we only met them for like 2 episodes, and as soon as they died, I was like crying. It was like I missed these guys. The only one whose name I know for certain is Petra. Of course, of course, the only one I memorized was the girl's name, but of course she was the only girl. But I'm pretty sure it was like Eld and Gunther. The only reason I remember Gunther, and maybe they pronounce it differently, like Gunther or something in the dub or something, but I remember because he died, and in the episode that he died, I said like, oh no, we didn't really lose anyone important, and like someone like called me out on that in the comments, which was just funny. So yeah, but just seeing the Levi squad, it's like, oh, everyone we've friggin' sacrificed, man. Everyone that has given their lives for this, and all of this, and is it all going to go to waste? But I like that whole thing. Well, and I also like the whole thing of, Erwin is like, I just wanted to see, that was my dream, to prove my father right, and I actually do, I do kind of like Levi saying, all right, I'm going to make your decision right now. Fuck your dream. Go die. And on the one hand, it's like, well, Jesus, Levi, that's a very motivational thing, but it is exactly what Erwin said. It's like, yes, you need to give up on that, let it go. You need to lead the charge so I can kill the Beast Titan, Like, that's basically it. It is a suicide run. This charge is a suicide run, but it's in the hope that Levi can beat the Beast Titan, Oh, boy. So yeah, that was good. I also like, saying, it would take the greatest con man with 1,000 lies to get these troops to go. And I like, again, this was a classic Commander Erwin speech where, they're saying it's like, oh, well, if it doesn't matter, we could just disobey and leave. And he's like, yeah, you could. You could. Or you could just go. You could die trying to escape, or you could die trying to give Captain Levi a chance, You could die for your predecessors and for your successors, the way they died for their predecessors and died for you, their successors, So I like that. And I love, and he somehow, the man with a million words, he managed to get all of them to go on that suicide charge, knowing and telling them this is a suicide charge, But I like that speech at the end, my soldiers do not give up. My soldiers do not run away. They do not buckle under pressure. My soldiers live, Like, that is just so amazing, And I also like the whole thing of Levi using the Titans that are around to hook over to the Beast Titan. Like, that's really cool. And killing them on the way. Because those Titans, they've been given the order to just stand there and wait. So they're not going to be ready to retaliate. They don't have the order to retaliate against Levi, But Levi is on his way to face the Beastie Boy. Get hyped, people. Get hyped. I think that's going to be a hell of a fight. But is Commander Erwin dead? If he's not dead, goodness. But I think this may be it for our great commander. But even still, he led those troops. And I love how they say, lead those fish into hell himself. They don't use the term fish. I guess they say recruits. I'm sorry. I keep saying fish because of Prison Break. So yeah, but it was lead those recruits into hell, and just go do that, and I will kill the Beast Titan. So, oh boy. So technically. Well, I mean, we obviously did lose some people. Some of the scouts in this. We probably lost a good number of them right there in the final charge. So, to the past, to the present, and the future of the Scout Regiment. I should get like a buffered Sea Titan shot glass. I wonder if I can do that. I don't know. That'd be so cool. But anyway, next time, maybe Eren will finally get up and try to fight again. We don't know. But at the very least, I think next episode is Captain Levi versus the Beastie Boy. That is going to be some insane shit right there. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Attack on Titan reactions, there are playlists around the screen if you want to go click any of those. So yeah, there's a playlist, there's another video if you want to go check that out, there's a subscribe button, there's a Patreon button, and a bunch of links in the description if you want to check out any of those. See you guys later.